not as funny as cops killing people. What about that, Dan?
Oh.
Jesus.
What's going on, man? Yeah, it's
Talk about that.
I honestly try pretty hard to like not follow this stuff, but I mean, Facebook is my only resource because I don't have like all the news media and stuff.
Yeah.
But so I see it come through in the feed, and like, the world has gone mad. The world has gone absolutely mad.
Yeah.
I saw one. There was a YouTube video that some small town like Midwest police force
gas
has
station?
a recruiting video. This is like in their recruiting and promo video that it has this crazy fucking death metal song. It's like just it's like blast beats. It's like crazy blast beats, and like the fucking logo comes up, and it's all like the Punisher. It's like the Punisher.
The cops will murder you.
Seriously, it's like the Punisher logo and like bullet sprays and like blood, and it's like crazy death metal. And then they are showing off. This is like a small town.
Yeah.
They are showing off their armored personnel carrier in like their training yard. It's like they have the football field at the high school or something, and there's little tackling them. They're like mobbing through it and like doing this like mock raid scenario, like throwing smoke grenades and like bah 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 out of this crazy armored, and it's like crazy death metal music. And then the song, somebody made a comment about this post that I saw. The song was called something like "Kill Them All." It was called like "Kill the Bastards."
Yeah, kill the
crazy
bastards.
Fucking song.
Murder the bad guys.
So, yeah, what is up with that?
Or was it America? Fuck yeah.
No, that's a great song.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is a good song.
And then
I saw. This is what I saw. I want to talk about for a second. Is a lot of people are protesting the
Ferguson
deal,
Yes.
like nationwide, really on Black Friday.
yes,
Yeah.
You know? And so the way I see it on the news or whatever, and the way they're spinning it on the news is like, oh, look at these assholes, ruining Christmas. Out here, blocking up the mall and all this, that's
bumming out the shoppers,
seriously,
ruining the
like,
vibe.
and so then they like cut to like guy like standing in the parking lot in the cold with his leg holding his kid and jitting the other kid on his hip, like.
Don't
Well,
shoot
we
us.
just wanted to come see Santa Claus and the Christmas tree, and
that guy.
they just ruined Christmas for us, and blah, 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 and like, yeah, and they just kept going over and over, and like, and I'm just like,
That was on
that makes
Fox
me
News?
sick, that's
That
not
was their
even
news
close
article.
to the issue at hand, you know what I'm saying? And this is what they're spending their first, their opening 5 minutes on reporting on, and like, angry people that didn't get to see the tree light, or, because they had to close down Westlake, or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
and it's like, I think maybe we
There's
should
a
talk
bigger
about
issue.
why those people are on the street.
There's a little bigger issue going on.
In the freezing cold, having people hate on them. Maybe there's the story,
I watched it on Fox News, a thing about it.
Oh, no.
Like I looked up, because I started looking stuff up about it after the verdict came back.
Mhm.
Because I was like, ooh, what's going on? I can watch some fights. And then,
The fight hunter is what you are.
it came up on Fox News, and so I was like, let's see what they're saying, because it's always like a different angle, than what I look at it from.
Mm-hmm.
And theirs was just white people thanking the cops. It was so awesome. It was like white people getting interviewed and being like, we just want to thank the police for keeping us safe.
Oh my god.
Like
And
during
that's
this,
the
when
news
all the blacks are going nuts. That's the news coverage, and that's the angle. I saw it at a different time, and that was the same angle. Like it was like pumping up the cops in that situation when that's not right. That's not the right.
Yeah,
Uh,
and police
it
are
hurts.
just killing kids and they're getting acquitted. They're just like
The
murdering
one-
people and
okay.
getting acquitted for it.
But I saw
We're not
one.
even
This
going
one
to
is
trial.
so crazy, and I'll try to do a speed story.
Yeah,
But-
okay.
The cop comes, right? You're in the cop car. You're the camera on the cop's dash. And so he's in a gas station parking lot, and he starts driving, right? And a truck like goes in front of him and goes over to the pump, and he pulls around the truck and then parks, right? Stops, and he's aimed at the dude. You can see the dude, everything.
Yeah.
And so then the guy is out of his car. He's about to get his gas, right? And so he turns around and the cop's like, you got your registration and stuff, blah, blah. And he's all, yeah, hold on. And he's all, or he said, grab it or something. And he said, oh, okay, hold on. And he reached inside the car. The dude comes running by his camera, the cop does, running by, crouched down with his gun out, and goes, no, and then shoots the dude, and then runs behind the dude's car, right? And the dude's shot now, and he's like he's putting his hands up and like, well, I don't know what's going on. Why did I get shot just now? And then the cop shoots at him 2 more times from behind his car, right? He made up a whole. You watched him. This is all on video, and you watch him create a whole gun battle that he was just in.
Mm.
And when nothing happened, that dude was grabbing his registration and was getting gas at the fucking gas station. And then, so then he's like, "Why'd you shoot me? Why'd you shoot me?" You know, like after it got like he stopped, you know, like and was like, "Oh, whoops." And then he's like, "You dove in your car, right?" I told you not to, and he didn't at all. Like everything he was saying was not what you just watched a half a second earlier not be true. You know? And then now he's just starting to freak out. And then the guy goes, "Man, I'm just coming from work, man." Like what? I'm just getting gas. What did I do?
Yeah, I just got shot.
And the guy's all seatbelt infraction. Boom! Don't get smoked. Don't put yourself in that position. Keep your seatbelt on.
At all times. At all times.
Yeah, at all times.
Keep your seatbelt on while pumping gas.
And when they ask you to reach over to your glove box and get to the registration,
do it with your foot.
Prepare to get shot.
Don't just do it with your foot. Do it with your foot.
Because you
like shoot your foot.
Some bomb or some shit over there.
Right. You could have a bomb in your shoe.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That was a just crazy one.
And it was all just like front and center, like just cut.
Yeah, you just watch it. You watch the whole thing. You watch him, and nothing happened. The dude, he told the dude to grab his registration. The dude was bummed, right? Like went and then turned and reached in to get his registration. Like there was no kind of threat or fight or anger, you know. It was really weird.
I think it's because when people get put in a position of power and authority over people, that it's their job to like find infractions. It's their job to find things wrong with everybody. They're like, I think when you put people into that position, it can cause an imbalance. You know, it can cause a real skew in the way that they actually perceive the world.
Well, with that one, that guy should have never been a cop ever.
Yeah, no, I mean, come on, the guy's like. So maybe you did see the guy with the seatbelt off the shoulder or whatever it was, you know. Now he's in the parking lot pumping his gas, you know.
Yeah.
If you're concerned about his safety as a citizen, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like serve and protect, right? Like, look, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. I saw you when we were pulling in. You didn't have your seatbelt on. Just keep your seatbelt on, man.
Yeah. Or shoot him. Or run by and have a gun battle with him, but he doesn't get a gun.
You know.
A one-sided gun battle, yeah.
He's really running crouched down like real cop shit. You know, like,
and you wonder how many times does he do drills? You know, do they do drills?
He did a drill.
Shooter scenarios. He's like running it.
Once the guy's shot, I mean, you know, why are you shooting more? And you know, and that's the thing is.
Well, he's so scared. He was so scared. That cop was so scared in the video.
Well, there's something wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
can't be a cop that can like handle like a routine traffic stop, which is like always definitely always could be dangerous.
A chance.
Yeah. For real, and like a lot of times people can get fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
But like, you have to be ready for that. So, if you can't be scared to like talk to a citizen at a gas station.
Yeah.
As a police officer, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, whatever's going on there is not adequate.
not
What's
police.
happening.
Yeah.
And that precinct or wherever, you know, but like.
They didn't tell him to do that.
And the other thing that gets me all the time is, and you know, people always say, you know, it's they got to, you know, make sure that they're safe and everything, you know. But it's like when they have to shoot a guy, you know, that's like they have to shoot a guy like 45 times.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, the guy fell down and dropped the gun or whatever, like, you know, chopsticks that you thought was his machete that he had, right?
Yep.
And then now he's on the ground, and so like.
And there's 6 of you going.
Yeah, like he's you can apprehend him now.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it makes you wonder like how many times it's like, well, if we kill the guy, then there's nobody to say I wasn't doing anything, and whatever they tell you is totally fucked up and a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like they just go like joy kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
She
mean?
would kill.
For real.
I know,
Like,
I get it.
It was dark,
That's
and the
what
guy
I'm
looked like he had a club or a stick or something.
Yep,
Yeah, it looked like
And,
he had something.
You know?
So I shot him.
So we all shot him 16 times.
Yeah.
It's all good, right? This is cool. This is good, right?
Just in case he was still alive. And make sure,
Right.
With this one, they're talking about how it's like slanting to where it's like, yeah, but he was like a thug.
Right, like, we're better off without some people
he
like
stole
that.
he stole the cigarella. You know, this motherfucker. It's better. The planet's a better place.
Damn.
I mean, nobody likes Debo. You know what I'm saying? You're stoked when Craig punches his ass out at the end of that movie.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Man, I saw this thing, or I'm sorry, I listened.
But you
to,
don't want him to kill him. You don't don't smash his skull with a brick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want him to get killed. Just be like, hey, quit stealing my shit.
Yeah. Even a punch in the face is excessive. If you like ran over and like hit the dude or tased the dude, that would have been excessive.
Yeah,
But like he
it would have been
he
insane.
pulled out his firearm and shot him.
Yeah. And then
all
shot
the
at him.
times.
And then
Shot
shot at him
at
some
him
more
again.
times. And the dude was just backing up on the ground, like, oh, they're shooting at me, and I'm already shot. That's one of the scariest things in your whole life, right there. Like you're about to die.
That's a real nightmare. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like
Mhm.
that's real. Like I'm disabled and I can't run.
Trying to get
and
gas.
There's a guy shooting.
And I just wanted to get gas and go
Yeah.
home and watch TV.
And like every, split second, there's like another giant noise, and I'm like, where'd that?
We
one
don't
go?
know that though.
What?
He could have been planning a bunch of shit.
Yeah, he could.
He was black.
He
He was,
He was black. That was part I left out of the story.
You left that out.
Yeah.
You left that out.
See, it's all good.
Everybody was there, whatever.
And let me guess, the
Wait,
officer
so this whole
was black
time that's what
also?
we're talking about?
No.
The officer was a black man?
No. Not this time.
No?
Not this time, like usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Man, so I listened to this This American Life, and there was a story about what is the drug police agency, DEA?
Yeah.
The DEA setting up like storefront operations. This is a move that they have, right?
Yeah.
They will go into a town and set up a business. Like their idea in this one was to
Dry cleaner or
be a biker gang. To be a biker gang. So they were all like looked like biker gangs, all white dudes, tattoos and like jackets and shit. And then
And bikes, probably.
yeah, and then their logo was totally. It was literally like the logo for the movie, the Disposables or something, Expendables, some shit like that with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
It's like
with all the old
it's all
people?
this weaponry is
Okay.
their logo, right? It's like all these
Right.
guns and machine guns and shit. That's like this storefront biker gang business logo.
Well, what's the business? Like they fix bikes or something?
Oh man, what was their front business?
Oh, I want to know.
I forget what their front business was, but they didn't do
It's a
any of it.
florist, right?
They do something like that, and they do none of
Muffin
it.
shop?
The UPS driver even comes by and is like, "Hey, you guys are a new business in town, right? That's great. Like they're distributing. They were a distributing company."
Frozen yogurt.
And they're like, "Oh no, we're not going to be shipping. We're not going to be shipping or receiving anything." It's like, "Oh, your distributing company isn't like shipping or receiving anything ever? Okay, great. That's cool." And so they started buying. The
Anything
whole
small,
point
like
of this
FedEx.
DEA operation was to buy. They wanted to catch drug buys and buy weapons, right?
Okay.
And so they started paying, just to catch criminals, they started paying 3 times a brand new retail value for a weapon. There was a case of somebody that bought a weapon legally like a couple days earlier, just got it, and sold it for 3 times market value.
Right.
So the DEA is overpaying for weapons to draw people in. Because people are like, what? I can sell you this gun? I bought it for $700. I can sell it to you for $2,100 tomorrow?
Sold.
Done. And they go to this weird biker gang spot, right? And they're, getting all these busts. They're trashing the locations. Each time they do this, they set up these storefront operations, they trash it. They totally like cut holes in the wall.
Oh,
It's
they
like
just
this
do
crazy
whatever, yeah.
They do whatever the fuck they want. And then all the property owners are getting stuck with the bill. And they say they don't have to clean it up. They basically like
Why are they fucking up the interior?
Eat
of the
it.
place?
They just try because they're assholes. They're total
It's
assholes.
the
and they're treating
CIA,
it like
dude.
the DEA.
If I was the CIA,
DEA, they can
I
do whatever
would-
they want. They
I
just
mean,
come in and like,
if I was the CIA
Or
or the DEA,
or the DIA.
if I was any of those letters, I would just fuck everything up,
do whatever
and then
you
I
want.
would just drink coffee and like look at you
They're
weird.
like, you can't do that. You're like, that's classified.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I think I really do it.
It's classified. Everything's classified.
That's classified. See that? Classified. You know, you had a tail light out.
I'm classify you.
He's got classified.
Yeah, and then when a society creates, you want to make more rule breakers, make more rules, right? The more rules you make, like
Oh, yeah,
instantly
the
you've
more people
created
are gonna do
people
it.
that are, going to
Right.
be specifically about doing the opposite.
Right.
Have you ever had the cops draw a gun on you?
Yeah, I've had interactions with the cops.
With guns?
No, but I got beat up.
Oh, that's good.
I got beat up pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where at?
Wow, episode 1 goes into this.
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
maybe one of my favorite stories.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
You're using it up.
This is
My
time
favorite
machine.
story.
Jeff, we need a time machine.
Oh, this is definitely a time machine.
It's 1996.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a good year.
I'm 16 years old. There is there's a thriving punk rock scene in Seattle of like gutter punks and like, fake British accent bar pub punk. There was like a punk rock scene in
There's
Seattle.
some red laces.
Yeah, all the skinheads, yeah, they were around.
There were some skinheads.
And someone decided it was a good idea to have a punk rock concert at a school in Burien. And it was put on by the Boys and Girls Club. This is a Boys and Girls Club event that they did. It's a middle school in Burien.
Okay.
And they got some pretty big bands to play. There was a couple bands from England. Like there was some bands playing, and maybe 8 bands, right?
Like, who was the band?
Oh, I'm not even going to remember all of them right now.
Whiny Puppy?
Give me one.
Whiny Puppy?
Blue Collar was one of them.
Okay.
There was trying to remember the ones that had the fake accents. There was one, these guys that had fake
Was it
fucking
Green
accents.
Day?
The
I
blood
like
clots.
it. Was it
The
Green
blood
Day?
clots. Even worse. I would drive around with these dudes in the back
The
of this
blood
shitty punk rock van. They would have like this charged up hair, right? Like just
Yeah.
spikes all over, like safety pins in their nose and shit. And they would do the total fucking British accent, man. They'd drive around and be like, hey, where you want to go to a bit, bro? Let's go get a pint. Oh. And they'd be like, dynamite the gas pedal. And like fucking bomb through red lights. And ridiculous. But they were just totally like, guys.
Yeah.
They just decided to do this and like act this fucking character out,
Right,
you know?
they're from Wenatchee or something.
Right. The Enigma, So whatever, we're at this middle school, and all of a sudden we looked around and we noticed that people were starting to disappear, right? Like band members were starting to disappear that were coming up. Like, hey, where's Kenny, man? Where's the drummer of Defiance?
Oh, he's
I
out.
don't know. Kenny's gone. Nobody can find Kenny. And we start looking around. People are like disappearing.
Yeah.
It's like
So
a
what
horror
we
movie,
find
like
out-
vampires are out there
Yeah.
getting you and shit. Werewolves.
As people would leave the school and go out into the parking lot, they would get nabbed by the cops.
Oh, there's wait.
So people would go out to smoke or drink
Yeah,
or whatever, and
yeah.
people get nabbed by the cops, right?
For
Well,
what?
the place
Being there?
started to
They're
get pretty
partying.
fucking crazy, and people were like partying in the parking lot, like drinking big like gallons of wine and like breaking the glass in the parking lot and shit. Like it started to get out of control.
Like idiot punk
That's
rockers
punk rock
always do.
shit.
Yeah. And
Fuck,
then
man.
the cops came into that was before people were breaking glass. The cops came into the place and they're like, they turned the sound off. They cut the sound on the band right in the middle of a song. They just
Whoa,
they
party's
pulled the
over,
plug.
kids.
Right.
They straight up pulled the plug. It was like,
Time to go home,
"Whoa!"
kids.
And then this lady, right? Some lady, like a representative, comes up on stage. She's like, "We're closing down the concert.
That's
We're
a
closing
wrap.
down the concert. There was too much swearing. The bands are swearing too much. We can't swear. Like people, we have to close this down.
We can't swear.
People have alcohol. People
yeah.
are drinking in the park. We have to close this show down."
It's supposed to be a proper party. We're all
Yeah,
proper British citizens.
Totally. The cowboy killers from England, I'm sure, really were offended. And so we go outside, right? So we find, and then when the lady says no swearing, right? What does a whole gymnasium full of
Punk
rockers
rockers
say? Fuck
say,
you! Everybody was like,
Yeah.
yeah, right! like just saying
Phones in the
everything you
air.
could, like throwing keg cups onto the stage, right? Like the red solo
slow
cups
motion
hitting it.
nightsticks begin, right?
Yeah. So well now we run.
Yeah, that montage is sick. That montage is sick. Yeah, suck it, eat it. Yeah, you did the whole thing. That was good.
For those of you that couldn't see this,
that.
Jeff
Wow.
Weig walked through an entire pantomime scenario of what's about to go down, pretty much. So I start getting out of there, right? I'm helping my buddies get their gear out, right? We have this PA amp stack, and we have it on a cart. And my friend opens, Bristle, that was another band that played.
Oh, man.
My friend opened the door, and next thing I know, I'm like behind the stack pushing it out, and then like wah, 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 I hear all this shit, and he's like he's like yelling.
Yeah.
So supposedly he'd hit this cop with the door, because the cop's like, you hit me with the door. Like the cop maybe had his back facing to the door or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like
nothing
you
real.
hit me with the door, whatever.
Yeah.
And like choke slams him into the wall. He's
Yeah.
choke slammed in the wall
I've got that one too.
and getting pepper sprayed. And so meanwhile, I'm like,
yeah.
holy shit. I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I abandoned the stack. I just leave that shit there. I'm like, out, dude. And I just like start backing up, right?
You didn't
And,
hide in the van? I would have hidden in the van.
I should have just carried the shit, but I was like, whoa, because like there were other band members still in there. I just bounced, dude.
Yeah.
But oh man, go out the other way, like got around this little way, courtyard area, and then came out through the front way, and there are more cop cars than I can even imagine.
Oh, it's just like an
There's
army
like
of police.
50, I think we counted. There were like 52 police cars. Like
Yeah.
every jurisdiction you can imagine. There was like King County,
They're showing you what the
Urian,
fuck's
Des
that. You wanna
Moines,
be punk
like
rock out
Federal
there?
Way, like CTAC. There was like every cop. Every cop was out there. Fucking helicopter flying over the fields.
Like, take your shit
In
out
the
to Red
school.
Van for that with that shit.
Whack! Dude, it was ridiculous.
Whack!
So
Goddamn kids.
I look over and I see, like, I'm in this chaos, right? I'm like, wow, holy shit. I look over and I see my friend, Adam, and his girlfriend, and he's like up against his van with cops. They have him like this, and then she's kind of freaking out, and they're holding her. They have two cops, one on each elbow, and she's like, like,
Yeah.
mouthing off, and freaking out,
course she
and
is.
adding everything wrong
you,
to the scene, right?
Banks.
Oh, yeah, freaking out. And the next thing I know, they take him from holding him on his van, and they like throw him on the ground, like whack, he's
Yeah,
on the
hard.
ground then, like
Yeah.
pretty hard. And so I just start walking towards him. I put my hands in the air. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I start walking towards him. I'm like, hey, I'm like, well, don't fucking, what are you doing? Leave my friend alone. Hey, man. And like, whack. Next thing I know, I'm on my back. I got like clotheslined.
Yeah.
Whack. I'm on my back. Boom. They flip me over, pin my arm underneath me,
Yeah.
and then grab the back of my head and give me a quick crack, like
Yeah.
really quick. Just a couple.
Just a little
just a little pop, pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I had this little card, right, I used to carry as a punk rocker,
Uh-huh.
my rights in the police, like your
Yeah.
rights in the police by the
Yeah.
ACLU or whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
And so like I instantly go into routine. I'm like, am I under arrest? And then they don't say anything. They don't say anything. I'm like, am I under arrest? And if so, what for? And then like they don't say anything. And then finally they yank my arm out from under me. It's pinning me, and they whack and like yank my arm out.
Yeah. Chicken
Cuff
wing
me.
it. Yeah.
And like pick me up literally by the cuffs and my pants
Yeah.
and lift me up, right? Walk around. Meanwhile, I have no there's so much lights and so much crazy shit going on. I can't even see it. I can't see anything, and I just keep saying the same shit. I'm like even all racked up, and I'm like, oh, I just keep saying the same shit, and they just don't even talk to me. They put me in some cop car. Shit's going on. I'm seeing more of my friends get taken away, into different vehicles. Blah blah blah. Shit's going down.
Yeah.
Shit's going down. They're just
Yeah.
they're grabbing anybody they can grab.
They're
They're
done,
just taking
yeah.
them in.
Wrapping it up.
Calling the whirly birds.
So they come back, they take me out of that cop car and change me into a different one. Meanwhile, it's a different city. Like I don't even know who the fuck arrested me, who beat me up, who I know nothing. And I've been passed around into this different vehicle now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? So
Isn't that
really?
weird?
Accountability
Isn't
where?
that weird?
Uh-huh. We're spreading it around, so the red tape you'll never find out what
Yeah.
happened.
You never find out who
You'll
did
never be able
what
to
and
get
how much they
anyone in
did.
trouble for that shit.
So anyway, ended up spending the night in the holding cell in Burien.
Nice.
Burien jail with all the
Whoa.
other punk rockers and the
Yeah.
drunks in the drunk tank.
Yeah. It was cool that you were there with people that were at the same thing, though.
Oh yeah, we shared the experience. It was
Yeah.
great. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than like getting like you're the only one that got taken to the Des Moines one or some bullshit like that.
Oh
Yeah.
right, get isolated, like taken to the, you're in Normandy Park, like freezing.
I don't know what that means. Like France?
No, a little teeny city outside of Burien. It's kind of cool, but there's no reason to go there. That's why you don't know it's there.
Is it cold there?
No, I'm just more picturing like being in jail with in your
by
fucking
yourself.
in your boxer shorts and like undershirt.
Yeah.
You're taking your everything.
It's
like
cold.
you're cold.
It's
and
cold
you're,
there.
It's like concrete,
It's cold
It's
there.
raining outside.
They got weird rules in Normandy Park there. I heard about that.
Yeah, the walls are like sweating.
Oh.
It's just cold.
It's just medieval dungeon.
Yeah, right. They put you into the oubliette. Like
Wow, I don't know what that means.
that is, it's a torture
Vocab
device.
moment.
I need to start doing that.
It's basically a black pit. It's basically like a death hole. It's like just digging a giant well and throwing somebody in it.
Okay.
That's an oubliette.
Oh,
And the
wow.
reference comes
Do you fill
from
it
the
in
movie
there?
The Labyrinth.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie The
They
Labyrinth.
made it up in that movie? That's where the word comes from?
No, for me,
They
the
used
reference
it.
comes from there because they use it in that movie.
Got it.
And there's a little character that's like, oh, the oubliette, you don't want to get thrown in the fucking oubliette.
It's the bleeding. Bleeding oubliette. Oubliette.
Oubliette.
Oh, she don't know that, is I?
Oh, Margaret, I'm going to put you in that oubliette.
That's fucking funny, and nobody wants that. That's seems like a lot of work.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
instead of
It's
like
lot
a
of work.
mallet.
Like what? Yeah, just like, or just be like, let's go for a lovely walk. Oh no, they fell off the cliff. Like, so I'm gonna go dig a fucking giant hole. Like, come
You're
on.
all sweaty and shit and dirty.
That takes a lot of work. I mean, to dig a hole deep enough for someone to like not be able to get out of it. That takes a lot of work.
It's a big
Yeah.
hole.
And someone to help you get out of it when you're done digging it.
Oh,
Yeah, it would probably
wow.
take more than one person.
You
to
bring a
dig the
ladder.
oubliette. Probably
No, you
some
just
help.
bring a ladder. You don't want to tell nobody else.
Dude, it sucks if it's like the dude that helps you build it,
Yeah, then you have to
He
dump
pulls you
at
out of
the
there,
end.
and then he's the dude that's
Yeah.
for, and you're like, oh, thank you so much.
What are you doing on Saturday? You want to help me make this?
You wanna- Man, that fucking one dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw his ass way all the way to the bottom of that thing when we're done digging it, me and you.
You know what I think the real payoff of the oubliette method is, though? Is the one soundbite you
treachery?
get. Right, ready?
The soundbite.
Boom.
Oh damn, he was digging for a while.
Yeah, that was a deep one, man.
Here comes the puff.
That's a lot of
Little clouded dust.
Well, folks.
Well, folks, don't get thrown down the well.
Don't get thrown in an oubliette.
Yeah. If anybody asks you to help dig a oubliette, tell them you don't have a truck.
Moral of the story: nut goggles.
Yeah, nut goggles
Oubliette.
is a big one. Or my nut goggles.
My nut goggles are the big ones, I don't know about.
Dude, I'm putting nut goggles on the back of my truck. I gotta get those nuts.
You can go with the rubber nuts that hang under.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
some
I like
goggles
those.
on it.
Like when I see those, when I walk by, I want to kick them
Oh, that just
for
hurt.
some reason. I don't know.
Oh, that's so vulnerable.
Don't leave them hanging out in the parking lot
Those
like that.
trucks are so vulnerable. All right.
I always like too that no matter how big the rubber truck nuts you get,
Yeah.
it's really disproportionate to the size of your vehicle. Like if you're really
Yeah, those
if
like
you're
little
showing-
tiny nuts.
even if you're showing like bowling balls back there to your big like Dodge Ram 3500 diesel fucking quattro drive.
With the ladder
I
on
want to
the
see
side.
some like yoga balls.
Yeah, like Pilates balls,
Yeah,
Exactly.
Pilates
truck
balls.
nuts.
Truck nuts, bitch.
Dude, their Pilates balls don't. Just shut up. They're fucking big ass nuts. Shut the fuck up, dude.
I had to get this truck jacked way up.
Just swinging like big,
It's like
like
7
wrecking
foot
ball.
tall truck. It's like with a ladder and shit.
Uh-oh.
And there it
Speakerphone.
is.
This is how we're ending it.
Yeah.
See you next time, everybody.
Hi, baby.
Boots magic, boots magic, boots magic.